Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Dixon Field here at the Marion Deal Sports Complex. We have a magical evening in store for you for the implications of Charlotte Rugby. There's Adam LaRose catching it and fielding a kick well beyond halfway. Looks like it's spotted just before. Belmont Abbey will control the first line out of the evening. Both of these teams' packs will look to make an emphatic start to this occasion. Ball's collected by Royals. Royals make a huge hit, drive back the forward of Belmont Abbey. Little pick and drive. They look to recycle, get it out towards the left. Not able to find anybody outside of him. It looks like Queens will control that penalty, not releasing the ball from the deck from Belmont Abbey. Looks like Hilton Oliver is going to Roman Benevi kick it to touch. Queens will control this line out. Joshua Schwartz, the hooker, going to be throwing it in today. Queens look to have a maul. They're driving forward with it. They're able to get it down on the floor. They're holding advantage, possibly for a collapse of the maul. Gets out to Colin Cunningham. Oh, looks like there's some extracurriculars going on. There's the flanker, Gideon Vessels. Referee's going to bring it back for that collapse of the maul. Queens have it about 10 meters outside their try zone. This is a fantastic start. Just under 3 minutes into play. Once again, Queens look to toss the ball in. Queens have all their numbers in their line out, which means only one option is going to be used or exercised here. Ball is set well. Joshua Schwartz again at the back. Looking to drive him even further. It looks like it's being held up just a little bit. They're going to get it out to the back, so let's see what they can do. Short crash ball to Colin Cunningham. Now Hilton Oliver. Looks like he's gotten over for a score. Hilton Oliver, the captain of the Royals. He will be leading his team out from the scrum half position. Just a minute to take a look at the lineups. Let's see. Keenan Camp, Joshua Schwartz, and Rowan Shorver going up against Tommy Wood, Josiah Brown, and Jordan Caro in the front pack. We have Chester Stanion and Tertius Dietrichson, the forwards captain, going up against Thomas Alvarenga and Maxton Buckingham. We have Jeremiah Curry, Gideon Vessels, and Hayden Johnson rounding out the back three, or the back row. We have Johnny Carmichael, Riordan Sweet, and Lewis Fahey making out the rest of the pack for Belmont Abbey. pretty much forward dominated from the start. Queens answer. It calls for high intensity rugby pretty quickly. They've capitalized well within 10 minutes. Within 5 minutes, actually. Just a quick back play and a deep kick once again to Adam LaRose, starting at fly half today. Hilton Oliver, his scrum half. Gets it out towards their own 40-meter line. Belmont Abbey are going to look to respond to that quick try from the Royals. You're going to ship it wide out to Belmont Abbey's captain, number 12, Kenneth Bird. Oh, big hit. Pretty much stopped that movement immediately. Now Belmont Abbey's looking to reset. Going to get a good platform going. It's what you need to build momentum here. It looks like the Royals get another penalty. It looks like the ref is looking at a high shot within the ruck. Probably one player around a Royal shoulder line. Now Queens will control this line out. Good kick from Roman Denevi. This back three looking pretty scary for the Royals. Landon Starnes, John Steele, and, or excuse me, Noah Paskins, Landon Starnes, and Roman Denevi. Quick pod play out. Tertius Dietrichson takes that in. Oh, it's just knocked on by Rowan Schroever. Belmont Abbey hold advantage here. Queens jump scare that attempted kick. As a result, they take it out wide to the right. Scrum half's going to look to set the platform, distribute it wide, see what the Knights can do, manipulate the defense around here. Quick grubber in, taken by Noah Paskins, a little slip. And Belmont Abbey makes good use of the scrupulous ruck. They get a not releasing penalty towards them. Just a chance to settle things down here a little bit as we get into the first eighth of this game. Take it into touch. Josiah Bone is going to throw things in here. The hooker for the Knights of Belmont Abbey. Not the best execution, but it was effective. Distributed out to the fly half. Here's the captain, Kenneth Bird, as he meets Colin Cunningham right in the center. And now Queens win that penalty as a result. Fantastic defense, another. And the referee's given back chat, allows Queens to march up another 10 meters for free. And now the same story again. Roman Denevi kicks the touch. Queens will control this line out just outside their 22-meter line. Really impatient play and unsupported runs by both sides. They really need to get into a rhythm. Here's Colin Cunningham. He gets it out to Roman Denevi. Hilton Oliver from the base to Jeremiah Curry. Gets it out to Keenan Camp. He's going to take it in. Almost looked like he lost it within that tackle. Here's Hilton Oliver with a pick. They get it out to Adam LaRose. It looks like he just fumbles it. Belmont Abbey will take control of the first scrum of the game. Just 11 minutes in. Hayden Johnson is hopeful that his front row can snatch the ball from under the immense pack weight of both sides. He'll be sheriffing his front pack from the 8-man position. A put in from Devin Griswell. And it looks like the Queens do steal it. Gets it out to John Steele. Tries to get it out to Noah Paskins. It looks like that was forward and fumbled. Belmont Abbey will be given another scrum. The Royals have been handling all the forward duties quite well so far. They've not managed to let Belmont Abbey inside their own 22-meter line. They barely had opportunities inside Queens' half. And Queens once again dominating the scrum. But the ref's going to go give it back to Belmont Abbey, give them another shot. Belmont Abbey, can they get this ball around? It was wheeled almost 90 degrees, but Belmont Abbey's able to get it out. And it looks like not releasing the tackler from the Royals. That means Belmont Abbey will be given the penalty. You have to release the tackler before your attempt to go for the ball inside the ruck. Not too far of a kick to touch, but it will be a Belmont Abbey line out inside Queens' half. It does wonders to your mentality on which side of the field you're controlling things. They're going to look to distribute it out wide. Bringing it back into their own half. Jordan Caro with a carry. Now a quick pick. Gets it out to Tomas Alvarenga. Belmont Abbey putting a few things together. Oh, just a missed ball out behind their back line. Belmont Abbey trying to set things up. Looks like a Belmont Abbey player put into touch. Good defense from the Royals. Out on that weak side. Josh Schwartz will put another ball into this Queens line out. Totally full. Hilton Oliver brings it out to the back line. Colin Cunningham takes it in. He's alone. And the Queens Ruck couldn't get there in time. Belmont Abbey pounces on that one. And it looks like a penalty goal attempt will be made. It looks like Ollie Fussell, Belmont Abbey's outside center, will be taking it. Belmont Abbey's first attempt at points today. Queens just missing a few pieces from their support. Referee attempts to wave off the Queens fans. That kick is drilled by Ollie Fussell. 3 points to the Knights. We're just under halfway through the first half. About 18 minutes played. Queens are up 7-3, a try from Hilton Oliver, the captain. That ball is tipped back into play by Noah Paskins. Can Queens keep this one in? Adam LaRose. Just a little shaky from a handling perspective. Tries to get it out to Hilton Oliver. Belmont Abbey putting the pressure on, but Colin Cunningham trying to wrestle things back for the Royals. Here comes another Royal forward. Jeremiah Curry takes a bruising ball up forward. Here's Adam LaRose. Gets it out to Chester Stanion. John Steele out to Hayden Johnson. Hayden tries to bring it back in, but a stout Knight defense from Belmont Abbey means they will control this line out. Belmont Abbey doing a really good job of controlling the Queens flow. That throw is not straight. Control will go back to the Royals. They will take a center, not a center scrum, a just off center to the left scrum. Plenty of room to the right for Hayden Johnson. Queens effective put in. Cullen Cunningham. Out to John Steele to Roman Denevi. He gets some meters. Queen's going to reset their platform. Adam LaRose to Jeremiah Curry. Tertius Dietrichson takes it in there. Hilton Oliver trying to dig it out. And the ref spots just a tiny knock on from Hilton Oliver. Very unfortunate from the Royals. They had a very decent backline move off that last scrum. And then they try to put phases back together. They just lose it at the base of the ruck. Scrum down for Belmont. Queen's pushing the Knights back. It looks like referee's just going to reset things. Once again, Belmont Abbey will put this ball in. Both sides pushing before the ball's even put in. These sides really, really want it. There's a lot of bragging rights at stake. The B-side match beforehand was very hotly contested. Lots of outside events occurring on the field. Perhaps that has set the tone for this first 15 match here. We just hope that nobody takes it a step too far. It looks like Queens just snatched that scrum from Belmont Abbey. The entire pack in that ruck. What can Adam LaRose do with it? He takes it in to contact. Another distribution to Keenan Camp, that forward pod. Looks like it was just lost in the ruck. The referee was holding either holding advantage or spots a very sudden infraction on Belmont Abbey, not releasing the tackler. Maybe he was digging out the ball illegally, and that's how he gained possession of it. Now Hilton Oliver looks to add some more points to the Royals. The shot at goal about 30-odd meters, almost directly in front of the post. And the kick is good. Royals through Hilton Oliver. All 10 points through him. Queen's scrum half and captain. And a penalty goal from Ollie Fussell. Makes the score 10-3 to the Royals. Lineout was not controlled by the Royals. Excuse me, the kickoff. And now Belmont Abbey will control a scrum. Well within Queens' half, they're going to be able to make a good move on them if they can control it. Get the ball out effectively. That has been a significant issue against this Royals pack. Coaching staff has done an excellent job at coaching some fundamentals as the Royals give up a penalty inside that scrum. Referee giving a word to Jeremiah Curry. Spotted something that he did not like. Does not want him to continue. Ollie Fussell will put this ball inside of Queens' 22. This is probably Belmont Abbey's first significant opportunity. It all started from a messed up restart. Then a scrum penalty quickly turns into Belmont Abbey line out 7 to 10 meters from the try line. Belmont Abbey control this maul. And from the back, Jordan Caro takes a big carry. Another pick and drive. Have they got it here? The Knights have scored. Knights have a significant fan base out tonight. This is the beginnings of a local rivalry, perhaps. Just 10 years of combined program experience from both of these teams. 6 for the Royals and 4 for the Knights. It was wonderful to see Charlotte Rugby take themselves up to another level. Both of these sides have mixed in with several national tournaments. Queens, of course, were the finalists in last year's NCR Division I National Championship. Belmont Abbey surprising a lot of people in the National Sevens Championship this past spring. They marched their way into the semifinals before bowing out against Mount St. Mary's, fellow divisional opponents of Queens University. Queens will meet them up later on this season. Back to square one for this game, 10 to 10. Unfortunately did not get the try score for Belmont Abbey's this past try. Here comes Jordan Caro with another carry. Looks like it was lost in the ruck. What can Hilton Oliver do with it? He hits a gap. Oh, and it looks like Belmont Abbey get another poach. No, excuse me. A Queens Royal was diving over in the ruck. You cannot leave your feet when you're setting a ruck or attempting to go after the ball on defense. Belmont Abbey get another penalty. That ball is kicked into touch. Josiah Bowen takes it in, throws it not straight. Queens elect for a scrum down, something that they have been winning throughout this first half. This is the battle that they like to pick. We're just under 30 minutes in. to this very tense game. Pressure cooker is building up from both of these sides. Knock-on advantage to the Knights for Belmont Abbey. They're going to look to spread it a little wide to set a platform coming back in. Another forward carry from the Knights. Now it gets out. A high boot. Poppy Young tries to gather that. Unsuccessfully. And it dribbles out for a Queens line out. Apparently there was a knock-on in those proceedings. It looks like Queens elect for another scrum. Captain Hilton Oliver given a choice. John Steele lines up at first receiver with Adam LaRoche just behind him and Cullen Cunningham off to the right. Messy scrum. Looks like it comes out in Belmont Abbey's favor. That's a troubling turn of events. 8-man pick, Lewis Fahey. Here goes Jordan Caro, just knocked on. We go back for another scrum, almost in the exact same position. Very nervy from both sides. That looks like this game is destined to crack open in a beautiful way. Here comes Hilton Oliver, almost running alone. He tries to shift it back in, and it gets mishandled by Lewis Fahey. Captain Kenneth Bird of the Knights cheering on his front pack. He is very proud of how well they've handled tonight's proceedings. Referee having a word with the front row for the Royals. Can Queens mount together an opportunity before the half? Just one in the back line. John Steele to Cullen Cunningham. He gets hit hard. And it looks like that was lost again in the ruck. Here come the Knights with a counterattack. Knocked on by the back line of the Knights. Here comes Queens coming down the blind side. Roman Denevi trying to peek through. Now Queens look to come back to the left. Jeremiah Curry breaking through. Some limbs. Adam LaRose. Chester Stanion. Gets it out to Noah Paskins. What kind of phases can Queens put together? They've earned a penalty here. Belmont Abbey digging through the ruck. Now Roman Denevi kicks it into touch. Queens just a meter outside of the Knights 22. "36 minutes into this match. We have just a little bit till halftime. Gideon Vessels gathers at the top. And now it's a Queens Mall. They're going to bring it inside the 22. Ball appears to be on the ground. Can Queens wrestle it away? Jeremiah Curry coming in through the side. He gives up a penalty. And the opportunity's gone just like that. Belmont Abbey will be very happy going into halftime. They have handled this challenge excellently. They gave a really good performance against SVU earlier on this season. Josiah Bone, the hooker, gonna throw this ball in. And it's messed up at the top. Here comes Hilton Oliver, running through a small gap. Chester Standing gathers at the back of the ruck for a quick drive. And another one for the Royals. And another pick and go. I think that time was Jeremiah Curry. Here's Gideon Vessels. And it gets lost at the top. That was a quick counterattack. Ball kicked deep into Royals territory. Roman Denevi gathers coolly. Makes a man miss. Belmont Abbey mounting on some significant pressure, but they give up a penalty inside that ruck. Someone entering from the side. Both sides are red hot. They do not want to give this game up. Roman Denevi once again kicks it into touch. Ball is gathered at the top by the Royals. Adam LaRose gets it out to Keenan Camp. Referee holding advantage. John Wood tries to bounce it out quickly. The referee's going to march Belmont Abbey back significantly. Now the ref is going to have a word with Belmont Abbey's captain, Kenneth Bird. Perhaps the ref is telling both of these sides to just calm things down a little bit. Keep all the intensity within the rugby action and hope nothing happens afterwards. Very close to halftime. Roman Denevi does not get that ball into touch. Forward pod from Belmont Abbey. Now an exit kick. And a high shot called by the ref. Somebody was above somebody else's neck. The horn is blown for halftime, but of course the referee holds the official marker, the official timestamps. And Belmont Abbey are going to tap this and put the ball out of play and bring these sides back into halftime. Ten to 10 is your score. What an amazing first half by both sides. Lots of opportunities they were unable to connect on. Unfortunately, we're going to have a 10-minute break, and we'll get back to you when the second half starts. Good evening from Dixon Field in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'd like to begin with an apology. It's the Crusaders, not the Knights. I've come to realize that on the chat. I apologize to Belmont Abbey University. We all make mistakes. It's okay. Hilton Oliver is going to look to kick this ball off to start the second half. Queens going from left to right across your screen. In the blue and white, the Crusaders of Belmont Abbey. In the red and black. And here we go. Hilton Oliver kicking it deep. Caught by the fly half, Josh Milling. Ball spills out towards the back of the ruck. Belmont Abbey unnerved. And get that ball booted out towards Hilton Oliver. Right around the middle. He's going to have an option here. Here's Roman Denevi. And he's going to run it in for a quick start for the Royals. What a score to start things off. How about that for a response? Queens come jumping out of the break. A poor clearance from Belmont Abbey. And Hilton Oliver makes sure to get it out to Roman Denevi. He scores Queens' second try. And only the second point scorer for Queens this evening. What a neat little play. Roman Denevi was running a very hard line to the left of Hilton Oliver, and he just dishes off a nice soft pass to him. All he needs is that little pop. Hilton Oliver unsuccessful in that kick. Belmont Abbey looks shell-shocked. Their forwards were looking great in this first half. And hopefully they can get things started again. Find another spark. Jeremiah Curry takes that ball in from the kickoff. Hilton Oliver sends it deep into territory for the Crusaders. Just how quickly things can change inside this game. Fullback mishandles it. And a simple box kick from Hilton Oliver turns into a 40-meter gain in territory and possession. Hayden Johnson tries to pick it off. Hilton Oliver breaks another gap and finds another try for himself. Major disconnect between the backs and the forwards of Belmont Abbey. And Hilton Oliver slices right through it. That has brought this crowd alive. Hilton Oliver sinks another conversion. He is having a spirited performance tonight. Obviously in loving memory of Jesse Morales, is in the back of every Queen's mind tonight. They'd love to honor him right. And as of now, Queens are doing just that. A significant drive from Queens off the restart. And they earn a penalty, probably from a high tackle. Roman Denevi boots this ball into touch. Belmont Abbey sure were looking like they wanted to rest their legs and come back into the second half with the same spirit as the first, but Queens just very opportunistic. And now they forced another turnover. Belmont Abbey knocks it on from the base of that ruck. Can Hilton Oliver find a hat trick? He's going to feed this ball into the scrum. Aiden LaRose and John Steele hold it back. Looks like Hayden Johnson's going to pick it off the back of that scrum. Hilton Oliver takes it in. Adam LaRose filling in the scrum half roll. Gets it out to Joshua Schwartz. More pick and drive attempts. Hilton Oliver puts it to the boot again. Finds some space inside. And just a slip up and regathered by the winger from Belmont Abbey. And it gets stripped by Tertius Dietrichson. Colin Cunningham gaining some meters. Hilton Oliver looking to restart their platform. And now here they come in again. Chester Stanion, Gideon Vessels. Oh, it looks like it was just passed forward by Vessels onto Keenan Camp. He was trying to continue this momentum that Queens have throughout the second half. 7 minutes in. It looks like Queens was given a much better halftime talk. It was always tense and nervy, but someone had to take control of this game. Through Hilton Oliver and this front pack for the Royals. It seems they have done just that. They've taken control so far. Let's see if they can maintain. The referee's going to reset the scrum to Belmont. Belmont Abbey put in this scrum. They're going to try and break it out before Queens can pounce. Queens driving over every scrum this half. Now a quick pod out to the 8-man, Louis Fahey. And now they look to clear. Well into touch. Belmont Abbey just giving themselves some breathing room albeit not too much. Queens still deep inside Belmont Abbey's half. Oh, late entry from Chester Stanion. The referee gives a free kick to Belmont. Now the 10 puts it to the boot. Josh Milling gets it out towards Noah Paskins. Now Paskins breaks a gap. Adam LaRose tries to dish it off, but that ball gets intercepted by Belmont Abbey fullback Will Rhymes. Poppy Young takes the ball in, and he gets driven back. Gideon Vessels with a tackle. Another excellent tackle from Gideon Vessels. It looks like it's a high shot, though. A high tackle. The referee having a word with Hilton Oliver, making sure his teammates do not repeat that infraction. For the safety of all players involved, the referee's giving the same talk to Belmont Abbey's captain. Josh Milling boots that into touch. Belmont Abbey will control this line out. Substitute being brought on. It looks like Hayden Mousley has come on for Tomas Alvarenga. Let's see if Mousley can make an impact here. Try and bring the Crusaders back into this game. And that ball's wrestled away in the line out from the Royals. Quick dish to the wing. And now Hilton Oliver puts it to the boot again, putting Will Rhymes under significant pressure this half. And an unforced error from Poppy Young. He has booted this ball outside his 22 into touch directly. That means the lineout will have to be brought back to where he kicked it. Unless the Belmont Abbey touch judge has something to say about it. That is a very incorrect call. Doesn't matter, the Royals will control this line out. The referee stopping things again. Ball booted up again to Poppy Young. He looks to chip and chase. And that ball is brought into touch. The flag is raised, meaning this ball will be brought back before play could develop. And it will be another line out to the Royals. Lineout just comes out. Brought in by Gideon Vessels. A huge shot in the ruck. And now the ball gets out to the left. Here comes Roman Denevi. Or Noah Paskins. Keeps that ball in play. Now Queens inside Belmont Abbey's 22 once again. Another forward pod. Now comes out to Adam LaRose. John Steele gets it wide. Roman Denevi. Now Landon Starnes Tries to get it onto Roman. And Roman Denevi scores. Oh, but the refs brought it back. It's forward pass. The referees called a forward pass on that. Just unfortunate. That was such a really good backline play. John Steele, that missed ball out to Roman Denevi, getting it wide quickly. Just the shift in focus of the Royals' strategy this second half. And now Belmont Abbey control a scrum deep inside their territory. They are pinned back. And looks like they're forced to clear things out again. All they can hope for is that it's done cleanly and effectively. There's been a significant challenge posed by this Royal scrum. Belmont Abbey really unable to answer that question. Just about 16 minutes into the second half. It has been all Royals. 2 quick tries within 10 minutes of the start of the second half, as they look to force another scrum out again. Prince Louis Bush with that counter ruck. Ball gets out to the 13. Ollie Fussell. And a quick play knocked on by Belmont, gathered by Gideon Vessels. He's had a wonderful run tonight. And now it looks like the refs bring it back for a penalty. Hilton Oliver taking things quickly. Can he pop it in for a score? He takes a slip. And it looks like he's brought it in again. It's a hat trick for Hilton. And a 4th try for Queens. Hilton Oliver looking for points 23 and 24 this match. And he has gotten that. And Queens bringing on some replacements. Tertius Dietrichson and Hayden Johnson take a bow from this match. They've had excellent shifts tonight within this pack. Very quick Pat McAfee style kickoff. And now they try to bring it to the boot. And it looks like it was put out on the full once again, only this time it was called correctly. Of course, by the Queens line judge, and another sub for the Royals being brought on today. Laureano Petris comes on for Colin Cunningham. Colin Cunningham with some excellent runs. Excuse me, may have gotten that wrong. Laureano Petris has come on, but Cullen Cunningham has not come off. Ball put to the boot. Inside the 22. Poppy Young gets given the ball. Faces up against Landon Starnes. Comes back inside. That ball is popped out from Poppy Young. And now a penalty has been given to Belmont Abbey from that Queens-controlled ruck. It looks like trying to dig the ball out of the ruck for the Royals. Now the Crusaders have failed to put this ball into touch. Oh, an overt ball from Ramon Denevi. Now, here come the Royals. Can he get it off to? Here's Gideon Vessels. He's taking it all the way. Way to cap off some excellent runs with the biggest run of the night for Gideon Vessels. He puts the 5th try on the board for the Royals. And they have run far, far away with this one. 21 minutes in. It's been all Royals this afternoon, this second half. 34-10. Belmont Abbey have really fallen apart here, unfortunately. Very unfortunate to see because they put on such a fantastic first half performance. It was only 10-10, but they've remained completely unanswered. Matthew Stroh comes in for Jeremiah Curry as Queens look to bring on more of the bench. Jeremiah Curry having an excellent shift as well. Almost an entirely remodeled Queens pack has come into the field. Landon Starnes gathers that. Tries to keep the ball in, but it's regathered by Belmont Abbey. They've done well that restart. Will Rhymes steps into the scrum half role and looks to continue it. Now gets it off, a quick flick. Gets it out to Poppy Young. And the referee blows his whistle. Advantage for an earlier knock. Not played by the Crusaders. Referee brings it back for a scrum. Belmont Abbey couldn't carry it significant meters forward. Will Rhymes taking on the new scrum half role for Belmont Abbey. Referee's going to reset things. It looks like Prince Louis Bush has moved to the front row. He was brought on in the first half. Will Rhymes will put this ball in for the Crusaders. They will control this scrum. Gets it out to the first receiver. And fumbled now. Hilton Oliver puts it to the boot again. Deep strike into Belmont territory. What can the 14 do with it? Joseph Howson carries it from one side of the field to the other, not gaining much meters forward. And now it's brought to the boot by Ollie Fussell. Now here comes Roman Denevi. Makes a man miss. Makes several men miss. Tries to get it off to Landon Starnes. Now here's Hilton Oliver. He gets a fourth. Right onto the corner. The counterattack from Roman Denevi sets up Landon Starnes to Hilton Oliver. And he puts on his fourth try. And a sixth try for the Royals. Of course, Roman Denevi and Gideon Vessels, the other try scorers. Hilton Oliver's made all but one conversion, plus a penalty goal. And another 2 points. Easily man of the match performance by Hilton Oliver. The job's not done yet, though. Still about 13 minutes left to play in this match. Belmont Abbey should hold their heads up high. They've really brought forth a fight in the first half, but it's gone entirely the Royals' way in this second half. Box kick by Hilton Oliver. It's brought out to Poppy Young. It's tackled by Prince Louis Bush, and now forward pod gets dump tackled. There's some extra pushing and shoving going on. That'll be a significant distraction from this game. We hope it doesn't take a nasty turn. Another pick and drive attempt by Belmont Abbey. There's Riordan Sweet. Very heated exchange of carries and tackles right there. Both sides really want to make a statement. But it's only Queens who have done that on the scoreboard. Belmont Abbey looking to play for pride here. And they're awarded a penalty from the referee here. Perhaps from a late hit on the ruck. Referee's going to do his best to try and police this retaliation. Both sides have kept their heads screwed on pretty well so far. Now Belmont Abbey will have this line out inside Queens' territory. They're going to try and make a significant move, only to be stolen by the Royals. Brought back out to the back line. Belmont Abbey looked to have successfully stolen that ruck. And now they have some momentum here. Now the referee has called a penalty for Belmont. as they were trying to drive in. Ball was popped out, and the referee brought it back for an advantage. Now it looks like the referee's really going to police things here. Just talking to Hilton Oliver, making sure this game does not descend into something unsavory. Belmont Abbey has a majority of their front pack lined up to the left. They're going to look to take a quick tap and try and dish it in. It looks like a Queens player has been given a yellow card. He will be sent to the sin bin for a majority of this match. Quick tap out to the left for Belmont. Now gets out wide to Poppy Young. Here's Tommy Wood. Carries it in. Another pick and drive from Belmont as they look to mount some pressure onto the Queens try line, hopefully come back with some points. Will Rhymes at the scrum half position, sheriffing his new front pack. There's Josiah Brown with the carry. And now they've been given another penalty by the referee, not clearing out from, or excuse me, offsides. Will Rhymes with the tap. Royals fierce off the line. They do not want to give up any more points. And now they've won a penalty back. Not releasing the ball. And Queens win back a significant turnover. And that one just twists the knife into this Belmont Abbey side. This is not the outcome that they wanted from that tremendous pressure they were putting on the Queens try line. A great ball from Laureano Petris. Gives Josh Schwartz another line out to throw in for the Royals. Uncoordinated line out gathered by Prince Louis Bush. Now it's gathered out to Roman Denevi. Stepping in at the 10 roll to Chester Stanion. Forward pod, and now a successful poach attempt by Belmont Abbey gives them a penalty. And now he marches, the ref marches Belmont Abbey forward for back chat against the referee. Ollie Fussell puts that ball into touch. And now once again, Belmont Abbey is inside the 22. They're going to want to come away with something before time runs out. There's only just under 8 minutes remaining. These Crusaders want to give their traveling support something to smile about. There's plenty to smile about already. But just another unsuccessful line out from Belmont. And that ball is cleared well beyond Queens' half, or Queens' 22. And we're given another line-out attempt for Belmont. Only this time it is inside their own half instead of inside Queens' 22. It gets gathered outside of that 15-meter channel. Now that ball's batted down by Cullen Cunningham. Looks like the ref is only going to give a knock-on advantage. And both sides just wanting to make a statement inside those rucks. Referee is still holding a knock-on advantage for Belmont as they look to ship it out wide. That ball carrier is not held in the tackle. He's free to get up and keep moving. Ball gets peeled back outside the pod. Now here's Josiah Bone coming back, and now Belmont attempt to kick it through and score, but the ref has blown his whistle well before those events took place. It'll come back for a Queen scrum. And Queens decides to empty out the bench a little bit more. Joshua Schwartz takes a bow from this game. A significant force inside those scrums. He gives the Royals a significant edge in the forward pack. Hilton Oliver feeds another scrum for the Royals. Now Chester Stanion gets it out to Hilton, filling in that 8 role. Papa Young gathers that kick and looks to return it. And it looks like Papa Young was hit late off that kick. And now the referee's bringing things back, perhaps to talk to both sides. Only 4 minutes remaining in this match. And the referee looks to bring the penalty much more forward than expected. Now Will Rhymes looks to tap it and give it up to his forwards. They're looking for some gaps after that tap and go. There's Kenneth Bird, the captain for Belmont Abbey, along with some other. Will Rhymes unable to control that, gives up possession once again. Belmont Abbey bringing on a few reserves. Queens will have a lot to be happy about heading into the locker room. Tons of implications for this side going on later on into the season. There will be nothing to frown about. Hilton Oliver gets another kick out. Gets fielded by the backup winger. Dish it in to Papa Young. Papa Young still on his feet for a little bit. Now the ball gets brought out. Josiah Bone takes it into contact. And a quick steal by the Royals. It was done unsuccessfully, though. Or perhaps illegally by Laureano Petrus. As he was off his feet inside that ruck. Gives Belmont Abbey a penalty and perhaps another final opportunity to the Crusaders. They will control a line out inside Queens' 22. They've been very unsuccessful in these lineouts so far this second half. As another one gets overthrown, Chester Stanion takes that ball in for the Royals. And now Hilton Oliver looks to dish it out wide, just to settle things back in, play out these final 2 minutes, and hopefully Queens will look to seal an emphatic victory in style. A box kick gets played into Belmont's half, gets returned, and takes a lucky bounce. Now it looks like Poppy Young brings it in for a late score for Belmont Abbey. A consolation token for this Crusaders side. Just very fortunate bounce there from that kick. Gathered in by Poppy Young and taken to the house. And gives these Belmont Abbey fans something to cheer about. A lot of them have traveled just about an hour away from Belmont, North Carolina, into the Queen City for this very exciting match. As Belmont Abbey taps this conversion, it looks like a Royal is down in the tri-zone, receiving treatment. That ball is shifted wide to the left. Unfortunately, the horn sounds. It looks like we're going to have one final play just before full time is called. Royals to kick off. It has been a wonderful night for this Royals program. They put on a show for their home fans. Belmont Abbey playing for pride now. What can they make of this opportunity? And that ball is knocked on. It's an advantage to Belmont. They want to keep playing. They want to keep going. And Poppy Young dishes a incredible hit, but is brought into touch. But the referee holds advantage and brings it back for a Belmont Abbey penalty. It is past full time, but Belmont Abbey still allowed to play along with this. They do not have to give it up unless they decide to allow Queens to end the game right here. Ball is kicked back by Mark Bazarian. And that ball is just knocked on inside that ruck, and now full time will be called. An excellent game from the Royals. They stomped over the Crusaders this second half. Significant forward play. And very opportunistic thinking from our man of the match today, Hilton Oliver. What an outstanding performance. We thank you for tuning into this Queens Live broadcast. We're signing off from Dixon Field in Charlotte, North Carolina. My name is Jack Williams. It has been a pleasure commentating for you this evening. Thank you, and have a good evening.